At the stroke of the midnight hour, when the world sleeps, India will awake to life and freedom.
Our freedom fighters fought long and hard for the independence that we enjoy today. After almost 200 years of struggle, India was freed of the British rule on August 15, 1947. Since then, India has come a long way in transforming itself as a nation. So as we prepare to hoist the national flag on the 75th year of independence, let us take a look at all the milestones that we hit in the last 75 years. The first one has to be India's first flag hoisting after independence. Our first Prime Minister, Jawaharlal Nehru, delivered the Tryst with Destiny speech in the Parliament just before the clock struck 12 on August 14th, and on August 15th, he hoisted the national flag atop Lahori Gate of the Red Fort in Delhi. In 1950, India became a republic country. On 26 November, the Constituent Assembly of India adopted the Indian Constitution, and just 2 months later, on Republic Day, it came into effect. 1952 saw the introduction of Lok Sabha elections. General elections were held between 25th October 1951 and 21st February 1952. Pandit Nehru became the first democratically elected Prime Minister of India. The total Lok Sabha seats at the time were 489 and the total number of eligible voters was 17.3 crores. In 1953, Nehru nationalized 9 airlines under the Air Corporations Act. He brought them under 2 PSCs, Indian Airlines and Air India International. 1963 saw India's first rocket launch. The taking off of the sounding rocket from Kerala marked the beginning of the Indian space program. Dr. Vikram Sarabhai and Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam were the brainchild of this achievement. In 1966, Indira Gandhi became the first female Prime Minister of India. After the sudden death of Lal Bahadur Shastri, Gandhi was named the leader of the Congress Party. In 1969, ISRO was formed with a vision to develop and harness space technology in national development. Pandit Nehru and Dr. Vikram Sarabhai are considered to be the founding fathers of the Indian space program. In 1975, ARYABHATA, India's first unmanned satellite, was launched into space. And it was in 1982 that colour TV was first introduced in India. It was the same year that DD also became a national channel. The first colour program to be aired was the live telecast of Independence Day Parade that year, which was followed by Asian Games that were being held in Delhi. Now, 1983 changed the fate of cricket in India. The team created history by winning its first ever World Cup by defeating West Indies. This was the first time that an Asian nation even reached the World Cup final. In 1984, RAKESH Sharma became the first Indian astronaut to go into space in a joint mission. The AGNI missile was successfully launched in 1989 and it was capable of carrying a payload of 1000 kgs. Come 1995, the first metros were introduced. The then Prime Minister H.D. Deve Gowda and Delhi government set up a company called the Delhi Metro Rail Corporation. It was in 2007 that India saw its first female president, PRATIBHA Patil. She is an Indian politician and lawyer who served as the president from 2007 to 2012. Chandrayaan-1 was the first Indian lunar probe to be launched by the ISRO in 2008. This was a product of our country's efforts in research and development of its own technology to explore the moon. In a landmark move, education became a fundamental right of children in 2010. When the Right to Education Act came into force, India became one of 135 countries to make education a fundamental right for every child. In 2014, India embarked on a Mars mission also known as MANGALYAAN. A space probe orbiting Mars was launched by the ISRO to study the planet. In the same year, the Supreme Court passed a judgment declaring that transgender people will now officially be considered as a third gender and that the fundamental rights under Indian Constitution will be equally applicable to them. In yet another historic judgment, Supreme Court in 2018 decriminalized Section 377 of the Indian Penal Code, which legalizes homosexual relationships. Finally, in 2022, India witnessed a tribal woman president for the first time. Srimati Draupadi Murmu is only the second female after Pratibha Patil to hold the office.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to Mirror Now.